Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for yet another week where we shall be discussing various topics around cybersecurity. And this week we have Linda Mwebanda, who will be introducing herself shortly. And we also have Joy Kinywa, who is also an employee here at eKRAAL, and I will give them the opportunity to just introduce themselves. Joy, could you go first?
Oh, sorry, I didn't catch that.
Please introduce yourself and you can head right into your presentation.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. My apologies. I'm facing a bit of a technical challenge. But my name is Joy from eKRAAL Innovation Hub, and I'll be taking you through the introduction for this session. Let me just share my screen.
As usual, if you have any questions, please type them in the chat. We are also streaming live on YouTube. You can also join us there in case you are a bit lost.
Shay, you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes?
Proceed.
All right. Good morning, everyone. As I said, my name is Joy. I'm the product manager at eKRAAL Innovation Hub. So I would like just to introduce eKRAAL Innovation Hub and what we do. So really, eKRAAL Innovation Hub was started back in 2018 to bring together like-minded cybersecurity professionals and security conscious individuals to be able to really realize the security potential in Kenya. Now, with that, we offer a number of services, which are not limited to anything to do with services, providing guidance to companies who want to know what their security exposure is, advice on cybersecurity training and conducting cybersecurity training as well. And we're also big on incubation of cybersecurity ideas and awareness to all the various players in the who contribute to the Kenya's cyberspace. So our company culture is really centered around the idea that Kenyans really are the ones to come up with solutions to our problems. And with that, we came up with sort of guiding principles that lead us when it comes to how we operate. Now, with Kenyans in mind, we really do work with passion, persistence, and integrity, and this is how we aim to operate in all the programs that we do. Some of the programs, the three programs that we operate in are training, mentorship, and incubation, and these are the guiding principles of that. Today's training is going to be about general cyber hygiene, and that falls under our training program, which we call our Learn program. And within that, we have our National Cybersecurity Training Program, which is a 6-month course. we have vendor-specific training, and we have custom trainings. Now, all these trainings are predominantly geared towards cyber professionals, but then we have a lot of resources to engage with various people at different levels. So from general users all the way up to cybersecurity professionals at different levels. So with our vendor-specific training, we have various partners, as you can see on the right. So we partnered with EC Council, Cisco, Think Cyber Israel, and VMware. And for our custom cybersecurity training, all this is cyber training that has been developed in-house based on the Kenyan market and what is required. Now, today's training, it falls under the cyber hygiene and awareness, and it's to teach the general public on how you can be able to protect yourself online. We also have training in digital forensics and offensive security. All this information can also be found on our website if you want to check that out, and I'll have that information in the next slide. Yeah, and in case there are any questions, before I hand over to today's trainer, I would be happy to take those right now. Okay, and with that, I would like to hand over to Linda. If you have any questions at any point in this training, please make sure you leave them in the chat, and we'll make sure that we get back to you. Linda, yeah, I can see her.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Linda Mubanda, and today I'm the presenter for today's session, this being a Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Today, I'll take you through the basics of cybersecurity, and I'll just switch off my camera to utilize my because my internet is kind of misbehaving, so that you can hear me clearly. And if share you notice that I'm not being audible or my internet is misbehaving, kindly buzz me up so that I can switch to my mobile phone, can use my internet from the mobile phone. All right, as I've said, my name is Linda Mubanda. I'm a cybersecurity specialist. I work at eKRAAL Innovation Hub. I have more than 3 years of experience in cybersecurity. And yeah, I think you can check me up on LinkedIn or Twitter, but on Twitter, I've not updated my profile. Or you can reach me out through share. All right, I believe that's okay. We can go right into the presentation. I'll be sharing my screen. And I would like this session to be interactive. So make sure you post your questions, a lot of questions, which we shall address after the presentation. I believe you can all see my screen. I need a response. Shall I say something?
Yes, we can.
All right. Okay. Let me just quit this one. All right. As I said earlier, today we are going back to the basics of cybersecurity. And as we all know, or if we can all attest, we have grown to be more dependent on technology. Since COVID kicked in, or even before COVID kicked in, Kenya, we were talking of digital learning. And what does that mean? It means we are inclining towards technology. We are learning now online. We have our Zoom classes. We are having our church sessions online. We are holding our meetings online. We are working online. So that means we are depending on technology. And as we do that, even if it's a good thing, there are also some cybersecurity risks to it. And now, after this session, I believe you'll be in a better position to protect yourself as you use the cyberspace or as you interact with technology that is online learning or even on social media. I believe you'll be in a better place to protect yourself against cyber attacks. I'll start by talking about password security. And under password security, I know we like simple passwords. You know, when you are creating your account, let's say your learning account, your school account, or even your social media account, you'll put the most simple password for you to remember. You know, sometimes we use our names. You'll just be like 123 Linda, you know, or you'll just be 123 Carol, and that is your password, and you'll be okay with it. Or you'll find that that one password is being used on different devices or different accounts. The same password you're using in your office, on your office device, you're still using it on your mobile device or on your home gadget. The same password you're using on your Facebook is the same password to your Instagram account, is the same password to your academic, your school account, or even your bank account. You find that your M-Pesa PIN is the same as your bank account, PIN. You know, that is not correct, because when someone gets hold of that one password, they're able to access all your accounts. And now you'll find that you're being hacked, or your information is being collected, or even your money has been swept off your account. So you have to shake up your password. And what do I mean by shaking up? You have to, when you're creating a password, for you to create a strong password, now you have to mix letters. You have to use uppercase, you have to use lowercase, you have to use special characters. You also have to incorporate numbers into your password. Or you can use a passphrase. For example, if you're a Luo, you can come up with a Luo passphrase that me as a Luya or as a Kikuyu, I'll not be able to hack into your password. Or I'll not even understand. I'll not be able to now think alitumia some Luya word or some Luo word. That one will be a bit tough on the hackers. Also, use different passwords on different accounts. The password you have on your Facebook account should not be similar as the one on your Instagram account. Or your PIN, your M-Pesa PIN should not be the same as your bank account PIN. Ensure that your PINs are different. Or you find that your mobile login PIN is the same as your M-Pesa PIN. No, have different PINs for different accounts. And as you can see on that image, it's just talking about how to create a strong password. It's advising you to have a password which is 7 to 10 characters long. And now you have to mix up. Now that's where the shaking up comes in. Use numbers, special characters, upper and lower cases. And do not use a series of numbers or letters like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've seen some passwords which are using series. It's not advisable, or ABCD. And do not use your personal information kindly. And some of us even use the pet name or a first child name, or avoid using personal information. And no single words. Do not just say your password is Carol, or your password is, I don't know, just a single name. Do not use that. Use a passphrase. Yeah, passwords are like underpants. I really like this one, I know we have several panties. Hakuna mtu akona panty moja. I don't think whether we have only one panty. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and as a panty, we change them often. So you also need to be oftenly changing your passwords, and keep them private. Do not share it. Even if it's maybe it's your spouse or whoever it is, someone close to you, do not share your password. Even if it's at work and you trust that colleague, do not share your password. And if you have to share, change it immediately after sharing the password, because you don't trust humans. We are the weakest link in technology, or in security, in cybersecurity. We are the weakest link. People cannot be trusted. People can be easily manipulated. So do not share your password with anyone. You have to keep it private for yourself. And another thing which I can talk about under passwords, it's tedious when you think about it, coming up with complex passwords. And that is a password which has a uppercase, which has a number, which has a special character for every account. That is a bit tedious, and The easy way to do that, you can have a password manager. For example, LastPass or RoboForm. Personally, I use LastPass, and this works best on computer devices. You just create an account in LastPass, and now you have that one major password, that one master password, which you have to remember. Once you log into your let's say LastPass, that is your password manager, it will be able to generate unique passwords for every account that you have. And you don't have to remember all those passwords. What you do, you just have to remember that one password for your password manager and your accounts will be secured. That is the tip that I can leave you with. Moving on, we have to look at multi-factor authentication. And what is authentication to start with? Maybe you're questioning yourself, asking yourself, what is authentication? Authentication simply means determining or verifying that you are who you claim to be. You know, if you're claiming to be Linda, we have to verify to authenticate that actually this is Linda who is claiming to be that. And the reason why we choose multi-factor authentication or we go a step higher to MFA is because passwords can be easily cracked. And being humans, our nature is to be lazy. We want things to be done in a simple way. So we will not actually like put in effort to come up with strong passwords or those complex passwords. We'll just use the simple passwords and move on. And now here is where multi-factor authentication comes in. Like we have more than one way of verifying that you are who you claim to be. And okay, yeah, I'm trying to move to the next slide. Yes, there are two types of multi-factor authentication. We have the two-factor and the three-factor. Under two-factor authentication here, it's something you know and something you have, then you're given access. What do I mean by something you know? For example, a password is something you know, and a phone is something you have. So let's say you're logging into your Gmail account, it will request you for a password. Then you key in your password. Once you key in your password, it will send a verification on your mobile phone for you to confirm, like it will send a verification code for you to confirm that actually this is me and I'm the one who is requesting for this access. Before now, Gmail gives you that access into your account. And the reason why we advise for phones, it's because everyone has a unique mobile number. I don't think whether we have people who are sharing mobile numbers. No, I don't believe there is any. Everyone has a unique mobile number. So even the system believes that that number is unique to you unless someone has gotten access onto your phone. But still, your phone will have a password or a PIN. Yeah, you keep on putting those several layers of protection. For three-factor authentication, it will test on something you know, something you are, and something you have. Something you know, as we have said, it's your password or your PIN. Something you are, these are basically biometrics. Maybe your fingerprint, your iris scan, or even your voice. Okay, the people with similar voices, but okay, at least when you combine all these three, it makes it hard for a hacker to gain access into your system. And something you have, now you back it up with your phone, right? The code will be sent onto your phone. Let's say you are trying to access a critical room, that is maybe, let's say, a server room. It will, at the door, it will request you for password. Then it will request you for a fingerprint. And also you'll have that code sent onto your mobile phone to confirm that actually this is you. And now you'll be given access into that, into the account or into the room. All right, moving on, we go to app security. And currently, there are a lot of apps. When you go into your app store or it's Google Play, you will realize that there are a lot of apps for various things. And once you install these apps, some will be requesting some abnormal information. For example, you might be installing a gaming app just for gaming, but you'll find that now this app is requesting to access your images, that is your gallery, your contacts, your messages, and that one should trigger like a doubt into you. You must wonder, this is just for gaming. Why is it requesting information about my contacts? You know, that one is it's not good, it's a red flag. And some of these apps also, they have other applications or programs running behind the scenes. You will not see these programs. And what these programs are doing, they're just gathering information about you and dishing out to the hackers. And this information can be used against you. So in this regard, you are advised to check the permissions which this app is asking. And you have to delete what you do not need or no longer use. You know, when you go into your app and you realize that you're not using this app, just delete it. There's no point of filling your phone with various apps which are not useful to you. Or maybe, let's say right now you're in school and you're busy studying and you won't have time to game. So just delete that gaming app and install it when you want to use. And even for the permissions, you know, limit those permissions. Do not just allow it to, do not just give all the requests or the privileges that are being asked by this app. You have to limit some of the requests. And yeah, learn to say no. Don't be saying yes to every permission, say no. It will not kill you. And download apps from trusted sources. And what do I mean by trusted sources? Let's say you want an app for, let's say, Truecaller. Just go to the Truecaller website and download that app directly from Truecaller website, because we have illegitimate apps out there which are perpetuating to be real apps. And what they want is just to collect your information and use it against you. And a point of note is you should enable automatic app updates in your device setting. Whenever those updates pop up, ensure that you enable them, because these updates come up with patches to prevent you or to safeguard you against cyber attacks. All right, moving on, the next aspect is oversharing and geotagging. Yeah, now this is where the gist is. Nowadays, social media is killing us with pressure. You know, you just see people posting photos, they're in Malindi, and they tag the location, the geolocation there. And actually now you'll be like, hey, umseame umoka, yuko Malindi, they have gone for vacation on Malindi, they're flying out, you know, someone is at Radisson Blue and having a good time. And actually, they're not lying, they're there because there's a geolocation there. Yeah, as much as we have the urge to post or to show off that we are really doing good in life, it's a danger to ourselves. And this is not just a cyber security danger. It also leads to a physical danger, because now you're giving out so much information about the things you do. And now you're even tagging your local, like real locations. This is a very bad danger. Let's say you have a child who is going to school and you keep on posting pictures. Oh, my baby is going to this school. There's the school uniform. It's there. The name of the school. The uniform has a badge, and even you're even tagging the name of the child there. And now this week we see you have gone for vacation and you have not gone with your baby. We can see all that because you are living for the social media. So now someone, like, let's say someone who has a bad intention, let's say a kidnapper, they're able to follow you up. They know that now you have gone for a vacation in Malindi and your child is going to this school. They can come and impersonate to know you and come and now kidnap your child. You know, this leads to physical security. Or even sometimes we do this, you're showing off your house and you're busy on Instagram. It's called a house walkthrough, or housewarming. I don't know the name. You're showing people the corners of your house, the rooms. We know where the exit is. We know where the entrance is. And now people can even come and rob you. Yeah, maybe for marketing is okay, but if it's where you stay, kindly do not just overshare. It's tempting, yes, but try and limit yourself from sharing. And if you have to really share, go for your vacation, come back after a week. Now post those pictures, but do not tag in your location. So people will just know she went for vacation, or they might think that actually on that vacation, but you are back to your home. So with that, you will know that actually you are secure. And to the 2 points I've written, I've said never click and tell. When I click on your photo, what I mean here is I should not tell your location. Stop tagging your geolocations on your photos, kindly, or on your text. Limit your social networks to people you actually know in real life. You know, like just have a small circle of the people you know and the people you trust. And set your privacy preferences to most restrictive settings. Try and minimize. People should not be able to view everything on your profile. Try to minimize. You can even block some people. You can even block some things. People should not just be able to see everything you're posting. All right, moving on, we go to phishing. Okay, yeah. This is phishing with a P, it's not with an F, and it works the same way. You can go to a river and fish for fish. You know, when you go for fishing, you have your bait and you have your hook. So you attach your bait on your hook, you insert it into water, and hopefully believe that a fish will get attracted to it, come and get hooked on. Then you get what you want. Your aim is to get the fish. The same concept applies to hackers. When they want to get information to you, they will throw baits at you, you know, with hooks. Now, they will, let's say you are accessing a certain website, and you know what these hackers use? They use some catchy phrases, flashy adverts, click hot deals, click here to win a vacation, click here to win a prize, and you ignorantly you click on those. That is a bait, you know. And once you click on that, let's say that advert or that thing is prompting you to win a prize, you click on it, you realize that it redirects you to another website, and whatever this website does, it's requesting for your personal information. They'll be like, put in your password or give us your information, like you have to register and all that. And you keep on doing, you just go ahead and do that. And at the end of the day, you will not even win that prize. Let's be honest. I don't believe there's anyone who has won those prizes. But as we're doing this, we're just falling prey of cyber criminals because we are just giving them our information. So do not be giving people information online. And if you receive as let's say a suspicious email, let's say you're working in an organization and you're receiving an email requesting you for some private information or some credentials which are a bit sensitive, kindly, even if you see that this email is coming from a legit person, the person you know, maybe this person has impersonated to be that, but they're not that. So call that person. If I see an email is coming from my colleague, I'll call them and I ask them, umenitumia mail, which is asking for this and that. If they haven't, I'll not give out that information. If they have, I'll give out that information. So be very careful also at work when you're receiving emails which are requesting for a lot of information. Yes, yeah. Moving on, we go to device protection. Here, you're just supposed to be vigilant of your assets, of your devices. And what do we mean by your devices? This is your mobile phone, this is your laptop, anything personal, this is your tablet, anything personal to you, keep it secure. Even it's your mobile phone, make sure you move around with it. That's why it's called a mobile phone. Do not just leave your gadgets unattended. Like now you just leave your computer on, you have not even locked your screen, you go for tea, you know, you do not trust people. Do not just be that trusting. Lock your screen as you're moving out, or just switch off your computer, then move out. And I hope your computer has a password, right? Also, even your desk, just ensure that you lock your desk. Like, just ensure that you protect your gadgets, because when you lose these things, these thieves, when they get hold of your gadgets, they will steal the information that is there and they will use it against you, or they will just use it to steal your monies or your sensitive information and publish it out there or use it in a bad way. So just ensure that you also protect your devices. All right, those were just some presentation or some tips on how to just be cyber aware. It was just a way of enlightening you on the risks and how you can prevent yourself while you're using the cyber space. That is when you're on social media or you are on these other working platforms or academic platforms. And now we'll go ahead and talk of the habits that you can have to ensure that you stay cyber smart. Like, it should be a culture. You should put it upon yourself to be cyber smart always. It's for your own good. It's not for my good, but it's for your own good. And as you get this information, you can pass it along to other people. So first, you have to think twice before clicking on links or opening up attachments. You know, as I said earlier, even if an email looks like it's coming from someone you know, like, vet the attachments. Attach nini kwa your email. What does this email carry? And what is it requesting for? You know, make an initiative to call the person, or if it's your colleague, walk to them and ask them to Kohapa, why are you sending me this email? Or have you really requested for this kind of information? And if you notice that actually this is a malicious mail, do not even open it and do not reply to it. Sawa. All right, moving on, verify request for private information, as I've said earlier. Yeah, I'm just like, these are just key takeaways. We are just repeating, I'm just repeating myself to put the point at home to make sure that the information syncs. Verify request for private information. Yeah, when you're being requested for some private information, verify the source of the information. Even if you know the person, follow up with a call, walk to them and ask, right? Because now these con artists, or let's say these cyber criminals, are very smart. See, we have posted everything online. They have access to this information. They'll just impersonate themselves and pretend to be a friend, and now they're coming to ask you for those private informations. Be smart. Think critically and verify everything. Protect your passwords. You know, yeah. Even if you have a password on your gadget, you have to protect it. As we said, this is like a panty. Like, you know, you have to keep it private. You cannot share it, and you have to be changing it regularly. And do not allow any app or any password to remember, any website to remember your password. Like, make sure this is a private thing. Even if huyu ni chali yako ama demi yako, akitaka muachane, but keep it private. And even if you have to share, change it immediately. All right. Another thing, protect your staff. I've said this earlier. Just ensure the physical security of protecting your things. Be mean with your things. Be vigilant about your things. Keep your devices, browsers, and apps up to date. Regularly, we see some pop-ups requesting us to update our devices or update our applications. Do not put them off. Always ensure you update. Whenever you see that update your device. Like, click on it and update your device. Or maybe you can do it personally. I don't know whether this happens for Android phones, but for iPhones, I know, like, periodically, you'll be told you need to update your operating system. And if you do not do that, but actually you'll not be able to use your phone because some applications will be shut down until you update. So I don't know whether this happens with Android, but if it doesn't happen, take it upon yourself to update the operating system of your device, be it a computer or be it a phone. You have to also back up your critical files. Yes. Do not just store your information on your laptop. Let's say, yeah, you have that one laptop and now all your information is stored up on that laptop. No. Nowadays we have flash disks, we have hard disks, and they are going as cheap as 1,000 bob or even 200 bob. I don't know, I think around 500 bob you can get a flash disk of 14 GB. And yeah, and you can store your information into those flash disks and you keep them in secure places. Or alternatively, you can store them on Google, on the cloud. and people are wondering, oh, cloud, it doesn't have to be complicated. I believe we all have Gmail accounts or we have our Google accounts. And Google gives us some drives where we can store information, you know, and now you can even protect it with now a password manager. You know, you just use the LastPass and you encrypt your information and you protect it with a password. It's just a way of backing up. So even if you lose your gadget or even if your information is hacked, you still have a backup, or let's say corrupted. Yeah, we have this common thing of viruses corrupting your information. Now you've lost all your files, you've lost all your important information. But in this regard, when you back up your information, you'll still have access to your critical information or files. Then delete sensitive information when it's no longer needed. Yes, you've logged into this account, you've put in your sensitive information there, but now you no longer even use that account, you no longer even use that website. What you do, just go there and delete your information, whatever information you have put there, delete it, even if it's LinkedIn, and maybe you're telling yourself, maybe you want to have a social media break, that is, let's say, maybe Instagram, delete those sensitive information, just leave the basics, like vitu zenye do not carry weight. If it's suspicious, report it. Yeah, if you see that something is suspicious, report it. Do not sit on it and it ends up harming you. And maybe you're wondering, where do we report? In Kenya, we have the KESAT. It's under the ministry, department, yeah, CA, Communications Authority. Is it a parastatal or, yeah, you can go to this Communications Authority's website. Then under that, you'll see KESAT. That's where you report cyber crimes. Or you can even go to the police. I think they have a cyber criminal department there, and just report, or to the DCI and just report if you see something malicious, or at all, if you don't know where to report, just go to the head of your IT, or to, yeah, whoever is in charge of your organization's IT, and report the case to them. Yeah, basically that is it. And this marks the end of today's session. And I believe after this session, you've become cyber smart. So I welcome questions. If you have a question, if you have a concern, just post it in the chat, then I'll be able to address it.
Thank you so much, Linda, for the session that you're just sharing with us, how we can be able to be more cyber smart. I like that you mentioned about, making the password a bit more complex, adding characters, numbers, and yes, if you have a pet that you have used as a password, you either rename the pet or we know what your password definitely is. I do have a question with regards to multi-factor authentication.
Okay.
The Safaricom have this Jitambulishe campaign. So is that like part of the multi-factor authentication, things that we can take advantage of in our community, or rather in Kenya? Is it, yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, the Jitambulishe, whatever, yeah, I believe it's a multi-factor authentication, because now here they're using voice. Is it multi-factor or really, does it request you for password? Let's say when you're accessing a Safaricom app, does it request you for password and a voice? If it doesn't request you for two things, then it's not a multi-factor authentication. But I only know they use voice as a way of introducing biometrics into their authentication. And this voice comes in under when you want to, is it change your PIN or, yes, yeah, when you want to change your PIN, you have to put in, like you have to speak your voice, then they will be able to know that is you. And for you to do that, you must have recorded your voice earlier with them so that they have it in their database. So I've not really used the can I call it an app, or I've not used that thing of using a voice. So I don't know whether it requests you for two or for two authentication things or just for one. Because multi-factor, they have to be more than one. If it's requesting for a password and a voice, then it automatically qualifies it to be a multi-factor authentication. But if it only asks for voice, then it's not multi-factor. That is they're just enhancing their normal PIN. That is something you know to something you are to biometrics. I think, Shay, that's okay with you, or?
Yes, thank you so much. There's also a question here about how our, let me just ask the question. Are we going to talk about how our privacy online is getting fried in the name of better user experience? Could you touch on that?
Sorry, come again?
There is
Shay?
a question.
Yes.
On how privacy online is being taken advantage of in the name of better user experience.
Okay, that's a bit complex. Better user experience. Okay, I'm not able to date. I don't know whether maybe the person has asked the question in a bad way, or can you try to paraphrase it for me? Maybe according to understanding, please.
Let me just ask the person. Larry, could you unmute yourself and ask your question?
Okay, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Larry.
Yes, so my name is Larry. So I was asking the way organizations like Google are, coming up with good user experience, like the way we use cookies on our website, or the Google Allow, if you have used it. If you look at it, they improve our user experience. Yes, they make things easy to do. But if you look at it from the privacy point of view, we are really getting cooked, because for them to be able to do that, they have to, invade our privacy or something like that. Because recently, Apple introduced, I think, a feature where the moment you take a photo, it will automatically they scan through those photos. They were saying that they are doing that because they let's say the police, if you have a photo of a child who was involved in a drug trafficking case, for example, telling us they want to solve such an issue, but in the end you'll find that they're scanning through photos. So what I'm asking is, we are being lied in the name of a better user experience, but in the end we are paying a heavy price.
Yeah, sure. Actually, they come with this concept of, they want to enhance maybe their systems, or they want to make things easy for us, as you've mentioned about cookies. Now with cookies, the website will be able to remember your information, your details, your password. That is a security danger. And there's a class we were holding, and we're discouraging people against using cookies. Or you can just say no, as I've said, just say no to these permissions. When they're asking for information, just tell them no, it won't harm you. Because if you give in to it, actually you're exposing yourself to them, and you do not trust even if they have secure databases to store that information. How many cases have we had of breach? You get that Apple has been breached, and now the client's information has been exposed out there. I believe you do not want to be a victim of such. So you can just desist from giving a lot of information or a lot of permissions. And for cookies, kindly, you can browse incognito, or just browse incognito and just avoid the issue of cookies, because what they do is just to collect your private information. I believe that's okay with you, Larry.
There's Joy who also wanted to chip into that question. Joy?
Yeah, Larry, you'll also find that a lot of the services, some of those permissions are not essential to using the service. So it's perfectly okay to skip over that. Over the years, they have gotten better. They're not at the best level where they do disclose what these permissions assist them with, and just really take the time and go through all of that information. It's a bit of a task on your side, but it really does contribute to you being a bit more comfortable with using a particular service. And even as you improve on your own personal protocols, cybersecurity protocols, also consider taking note of all the different applications and the permissions that you've given them, and regularly as well.
Joy?
Yes.
Oh, so you're done.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everyone, for, unless there are any other questions that you would like to be answered during this session. Otherwise, we are available on social and on YouTube. So feel free to throw those questions our side. Again, if you have any if you're looking to get any courses around cybersecurity, we are definitely your partner for that. And we shall be hosting these sessions every Wednesday, same time. So for those who have registered, you don't need to register again. And with that, have yourself a lovely day ahead. Oh, before I forget, there's a poll that we would like you to participate in, and also a survey at the end of this presentation. So please take a few minutes just to give us feedback about how we can further improve these sessions for everyone's benefit. We are still taking questions, so if anyone. For those of you who are also new here, we hold the Aspire CTF walkthroughs every Wednesday, which is today from 7 p.m. You can also join us for that. We have been holding the Aspire CTF since early this year. And this is just a walkthrough to get you know what are the bits and tricks that you can use as you go on your daily work. So you can also check those out on our YouTube channel. When you're there, subscribe. Thank you. The results are coming in, and I'll just leave that there as we proceed. So these are the poll results. Yeah. Thank you. Please take the survey at the end of this meeting, and I'll see you next week. Have a good week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for the session.
Thank you very much for the session.